Hello and welcome to Walker's Ventures. I'm Rusty Walker, and welcome to our session today on what I call the lead dog syndrome. The lead dog is something that we probably all have in our stores, right? We have at least one, maybe two lead dogs. Um, that one salesperson that just consistently is ahead of the rest, right? He or she just seems to be the top performer. Um, the What's funny is the consistency. It's how does the top dog or the lead dog consistently be the lead dog? Well, in all my years in this business, in the auto industries and what have you, um, is that while it may seem like the lead dog is the top performer, uh, the reality can be a little more complex than that. Uh, we truly need to delve into the numbers and to the penetrations to find out, number one, if he is effective, and of course, we know he is to some degree, but also for some room for gain, see if there's any way we can identify some issues or some things that we can improve on, right? Um, um, Average gross profit per deal is probably the largest because it's the one measure that says, hey, per deal, I'm getting X. Uh, we sort of gear up and we forecast to do um, uh, a job as far as percentage of gross profit, and we should do our best to try to stick to those numbers, correct? Um, so average gross profit is very important. Finance income is very important because it represents that difference that we've talked about so often on the back end. We will see it is not uncommon that um, sometimes the person that sells the most units has the least amount of finance penetration or finance profit or numbers as far as products being sold. Um, uh, but F&I penetration is something else that needs to be looked at and needs to be kept at the same standards as we would for everyone else on the floor, which would be like 100% of the time your customers need to make sure they see a business manager, right? Um, the closing ratios, how do we know what their closing ratios are? If we're not measuring how many customers they have coming in, uh, as far as a follow-up system, the veteran is usually the one that'll get away with the most. You give them the most flexibility. I understand it because we feel like they've earned it, but we still need to make sure that we're not letting business get away. That's the bottom line. And they will take advantage of the fact that they don't have to. Whereas we would require a rookie or a new salesperson to do some things that we won't require the lead dog. Um, Sometimes, again, they'll bring some resistance to any changes, or um, if we want to try to tweak the performance in any way, shape, or form, they're the ones that, hey, I'm the top dog. Um, I understand that. Um, it's not uncommon for them to, uh, again, resist change. However, here's an example. I have a dealer that has a top dog, and he's a top dog. He's a lead dog. He's a stud. Uh, Good guy, good salesman, and sells right at 100 boats a year. Does a great job. He is a right at $3,000 a copy per copy less than the store average. He's on this side, the bottom side. Do you know what $3,000 a copy, which doesn't seem like a lot of money when you're dealing with $150,000 boats? 3,000 doesn't jump out at you. But what's $3,000 times 100 boats? Even those of us that aren't great in math know that's $300,000. That's a chunk of change, as Pops used to say. We have to look at per copy because even the smallest number, when multiplied out, becomes a large number. And $3,000 is nothing to be shabby about. It's very important that we measure everyone the same. We measure our penetrations, we measure our performances, we measure the per copy on each salesperson. We speak with them individually about it. It's not, these aren't anything as far as being digs or it's all about improvement. And again, things like cherry picking from those veterans, um, not getting paid on the back end is sometimes one of the things I'm seeing the most common. If the TO process isn't happening properly to the finance office or to a business manager or to your managers, depending on what type of financing you have set up, if that's not happening, it's probably because your salesperson has no juice in the game, right? They're not getting any payback. If there was some payback involved, most of the time your salespeople are going to get involved. In our stores for so many years, it was mandatory. Did we pay that on them? Absolutely. We paid them on it. I said that right. We did pay them on it. We included them on the income. I wanted to include them. However, they didn't have a choice. They let a customer walk out of our dealership without talking to a manager, or if they sold a boat and they didn't give them the opportunity to talk to our business manager, okay, we would let that happen one time. Okay, that's like the first time. The second time, it was very simple. Pack your stuff and just follow them out because it can't happen. We have to get 100% TO 100% of the time. And I don't care if it's nothing but a handshake, thanks for coming in, whatever that is, but it has to happen. It's too much money involved. And it's not fair for these guys and gals to have to do it and not this one or two. So, lead dog syndrome. It's usually some of your toughest salespeople because of attitude. They almost need to have that attitude in order to be top producers. But on the other hand, we still have to be able to keep the reins on them, or like we used to say, but keep them between the ditches to make sure we do the right thing. But that's my lead dog session for today. Remember, this is Rusty Walker from Walker's Ventures, your boat biz guru. Have a great day. Thanks.